Hello, you beautiful nerds. I'm Jedi Master Grayson.
And I am your favorite cousin's favorite cousin, Bill.
And welcome to
Does It Hold?
The show where we revisit classic genre films to see if they're as good or as bad as we remember.
And also, we may get drunk while we do it, but as always, we cannot do it alone.
Yes, that's right. We are joined by
Drink
special
responsibly.
guests. As always, we are joined by special guests to help us determine if this film stands the test of time. He is he a clone? Is he a variant? Who's to say?
You're not supposed to introduce him first, are you?
Okay.
Well, you're supposed to introduce Jeff first.
Okay, Jeff, what's up? Ellington, how you doing?
Not much. How are things? It was tricky being able to rewatch this one. We had troubles finding this.
Yeah.
Yeah, not an easy one to
The
find.
hardest movie to find ever in the world.
Right?
Yeah, no one wants this out, or no one wants to spend the money to actually
Don't let this ever get out. Don't you
distribute
ever
it
let this
anywhere.
get out.
Um,
Robert Townsend mad that we're doing this right now. He's like, I thought I got rid of them all.
Yeah, we'll talk about Robert Townsend later. He obviously has lots to do with this film. But first, we'll introduce our next guest. He is a clone. Is he a variant? Who's to say? We'll let you be the judge. Golden Tea, what is up?
Lords.
Lord. Lord.
Lords.
Lord. Lord.
Praising Meteor Man.
Lord.
Fucking amazing.
This is where the applause
No, I'm
goes.
sorry. I love this movie. The Golden Lords, God damn, what an underrated villain gang. I wanted to be a baby lord so bad when this movie came out. I was a child. I was like, oh, hell yeah, I'm a baby lord. I'm ready.
I think that this movie is what spawned my need or my fantasy, not fantasy, it's my like life dream to one day get into a fight with a bunch of 12-year-olds and just start. That's a dream of mine. Can we make it happen one day? Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, dare to dream.
Well, we talked about it a little bit, but today we're going to be talking about the 1993 superhero comedy, The Meteor Man. I never knew it was The Meteor Man. I always thought it was Meteor Man.
Me too. I've been calling it just Meteor Man my whole
Yeah,
life.
but
there's a theme.
The Meteor Man, starring Robert Townsend, Eddie Griffin, Roy Fegan, and so many more.
Yeah,
So
like,
many more.
This cast is
James Earl Jones.
James Earl Jones.
Luther Vandross.
You think I'm about to walk across the street? One of these guys stick a whistle up my butt.
Yeah, this is
Certain doctor who fell from grace.
Oh yeah.
This whole like the James Earl Jones's performance in this movie is probably the wackiest performance of
The
his
wackiest.
entire career.
I fucking love those wigs, though. God.
Oh my gosh, the wigs!
Oh my
Insane.
god, they're
You gotta get up
amazing.
closer since this is I'm saying the arm closer to you since this is in the
Okay.
got the filter.
But yeah, so let's talk about the plot. When we get into it,
I guess never mind.
An unassuming teacher, Jefferson Reed, lives and works in an urban area plagued by a tough gang. When a falling meteor hits Jefferson, he gains numerous superpowers encouraged by his parents. Jefferson sets out somewhat awkwardly to become a crime-fighting hero. While he manages to improve his community, he finds out that his powers aren't limitless, making his efforts more challenging. Yes, this is obviously a play off of Superman. Like in the same way that Blank Man is sort of a play off of Batman. We kind of talked about that on the Blank Man Doesn't Hold Up. But let's talk about what you guys thought the first time you saw the movie. Bill, do you want to go first?
First time I saw the movie, I was like 7, and I thought, oh man, this is awesome. This is a black dude who's a superhero. And then I watched it, and I remember seeing all of the cameos, and I didn't see it in the theaters. We didn't see it in the theaters.
Yeah.
Saw it on VHS. And, it's like one of them good time, wholesome movies that when you're 7 years old, it's like so much going on. It's a superhero movie. This is the first black superhero movie first of all, so y'all don't get out here talking about what did we say? T'Challa.
Oh yeah,
That ain't the first black superhero movie. This is the first
came
one.
out before even that.
Exactly, man. So that actually happened for y'all who gonna say, "Oh, nobody said that." Yes, they did say that. So yeah, I felt like it was a decent movie when I was 7. So it's interesting to watch it now and see what's what.
Yeah, it's interesting revisiting this one for sure. Ellington, let you go next up. How did you feel the first time you saw it?
So the first time I saw it, I was fucking obsessed with this movie. You know how like now it's a lot easier because they're streaming, but kids will watch the same movie over and over and over and over again. I remember when this came out from the no longer in existence L&L videos in Wilmington, Illinois, I would have my grandma just keep renting this movie. I loved it and watched it nonstop.
Golden T, yeah, how did you feel the first time you saw this one? Do you remember?
Oh man, yeah, I loved it. I was 6 years old, and then like I'm pretty sure it got syndicated on television for like the next 10 years. Like I think the last time I probably did watch it besides this, I was probably like in like teens when it was still kind of coming on TV.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was like the first black superhero. And it was like the first time I ever remember seeing a black person with different colored hair on TV too.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know what? This was before Cisco. Well, you know what? Dennis Rodman.
Just a bit.
Yeah, I mean, he had Dennis Rodman, but he was like one, but it's like a whole movie full of like golden hair.
Yeah. Definitely.
Well, wasn't that around the same time too? The Threepeat was in the 90s, and this came out in 93. Like when Rodman was on the team, I was going to those games. So like, by the way, I went to like 2. So
no, you don't do that.
So
you don't
I
do that.
Don't
You're
know.
a Chicagoan. You were there at the time. You went to 2 games. You just keep it as I went to those games because you did go to those games. You did.
It was just.
Don't sell yourself short.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's more. I'm also thinking like, it's weird that we went to those games because like we weren't like rich, but then I'm also thinking to myself like, oh right, remember in the 90s the world was a good place and you could afford to do things as a family that people enjoy.
Right.
Yeah.
And we didn't quite know what credit card debt was yet.
Simpler times.
Simpler times.
Yeah, I do remember.
Read is good. Oh, sorry.
I don't know if it was like the first time I saw it, but I do have a memory. Like the earliest memory of me seeing it. Well, I have like the earliest memory I have of seeing it is at like our grandmom's house and being on TV.
Yeah, that was it.
Okay, and it was just I remember, loving it, and just loving the idea of just like this black Superman type character, and any just like little bit of superhero movie. Was always good at that time. It was before we were oversaturated with it now, and yeah, it's definitely interesting looking back at it, especially like how much I adore Blank Man to this day. It's like, oh man, it's still like pretty genius. And going back to this one to see how I feel about
go check out the Does It Hold Up. Blank Man Does It Hold Up. Go check that out.
Yeah, that was a fun discussion.
Hey, can you put Black Superman like right where you said Black Superman, like the song? There's. You don't know that
song? Yeah.
Just go, my Black Superman.
Why you want me to do more work?
Right. No, my Black Superman. It's a great song. Great song.
Let's talk about the reception of this movie. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 27% audience rating and a 36% critics rating.
Is that bad?
It's not good.
Oh.
I don't know. Like one of the film critics it did receive a Saturn Award nomination for Best Science Fiction Film, but lost to Jurassic Park. I think they got robbed.
I think that's fair.
Yo, the other day
he consulted with actual scientists to write Jurassic Park. So that's the reason why I'm saying that.
I honestly thought that you were about to say he consulted with actual scientists to create Meteor Man. I don't know why.
I thought that's what he was about to say too.
I just like in my mind now I have an image of like a bunch of guys in white lab coats and Robert Townsend, and they're all just chucking rocks at a person to see if they can absorb.
Robert Townsend taking notes like, do you think you could throw him a little harder?
What if you tried a green one?
Yeah. Have you tried a green one?
Let's get some green rocks in here.
Have you tried throwing it harder?
I'm going to read this bad review real quick. I don't want to see if you guys feel like that's sort of on the nose.
Well, before you do that, I just want to let everybody know. Okay. It's a bit. Okay. And I say, is it bad? He says, oh, it's not good. It's a bit.
Yeah.
It
is a bit.
Some fucking weirdo. He deleted his comment, but some fucking weirdo said that it was like, oh, I love how this show is the one guy who he said the one guy who don't know nothing, the other guy who knows a little bit, and then the girl who knows who's the super intelligent. I was like, hey man, it's a bit. I know the motherfucking movie. I watched the motherfucking movie, dog.
Well, you got it. Yeah, you can't pay too much attention.
Yeah, I had
no, I just wanted to let everybody.
My bad.
I just wanted to let everybody know that it is a bit behind the curtain.
This is a review from Stephen Holden from the New York Times. He said, quote, the movie collapses on its own confusing and contradictory impulses. On the one hand, it would like to create a valid superhero for Black children. On the other hand, it is much more concerned with sending up the superhero genre, and the heroics and spoofing throughout undercut each other.
Now, let me ask you a question. Can you read the first line? It's a little slower and read that back to the people.
The movie collapses on its own confusing and contradictory impulses.
God damn.
Yeah, that's, I do feel like do you want to talk about the story a little bit? I do feel like there is sort of a tonal inconsistency for this film. I'm not
tonally.
Yeah, I don't know if it's trying to spoof superheroes sometimes, or like sort of poke fun at how silly they can be, or if it's just trying to be like a genuine, I guess. Or
it's somewhere between Blank Man and like a Martin Luther King biopic. Somewhere in between there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. How do you guys feel about it? Do you think there was like a tonal inconsistency with this movie?
So I mean, as a kid, no. As a kid, as a kid, this was the coolest movie ever, and I was a little pissed that I didn't get hit by a meteor.
But, right? What other tone was there? It was a Black guy could be a superhero, and I saw representation in that. Like, what other tone was there supposed to be? Like, I saw that they were demonstrating community togetherness. That kind of seemed like the tone. I think for me, like, was he confused that the movie was also trying to say that you don't really need to be a superhero? Because like towards the end of the movie, that's what it basically showed, is like you really didn't need these superpowers. After all you needed to do was come together. Everybody just come together.
Now over me.
Guns come together, but come together, and that's what they did in the end, and that's how they defeated them.
Coming together all over the place.
How are you confused by that tone of it just shifting?
Right?
You sound racist to me.
No, I agree with that. I think that's a great point. And honestly, the only part where yes, parts of the movie get confusing, but I agree with Golden T. I don't think the tone does. And the only reason parts of the movie get confusing are because there was extensive rewrites during the making, which that's going to make any movie confusing. But again, I don't think the tone was. So.
Right, like sometimes I couldn't tell whether it was like, are you supposed to be keeping a secret identity? Are you supposed to be public about it? What are you doing, dude? Like, make up your mind.
Let's make sure every bad guy and everyone on my block knows, but not the news.
Yeah, it was I thought that was an interesting choice for the movie to have, like, his secret identity basically doesn't exist. Everybody knows on the block knows that he's Meteor Man from Jump. But I do want to talk about, like we talked a little bit about the him getting his powers. I want to play this clip of him getting his power via the meteor shower that happened. was like, when I saw that, I was like, man, how did I not get traumatized by watching this as a kid?
I felt like I did get traumatized from that a little bit.
I do not remember it being that graphic. I was like,
Man,
oh,
ain't
Jesus.
Ain't nothing. What year was this again?
93.
93.
Yeah, nah, man. We had already watched what's it called? Super Mario Brothers. This was light work.
Oh my god, that's right.
Super Mario Bros. Oh,
Super
gosh.
Mario Brothers.
A different kind of tragedy.
Check out that Doesn't Hold Up episode. Well, it's kind of like the pilot episode of Doesn't Hold Up, isn't it? Because we did that with Noah.
We did do that one. With
I believe
Noah.
it's called
That
The
was actually
Motivation for Does It Hold Up?
It was supposed to be like a real Doesn't Hold Up, but we just recorded it.
it was just like a podcast episode before we even like had the show.
It was supposed to be It Doesn't Hold Up though. That's what I'm saying. Like it was that's why I call it a pilot. It's not the first episode.
Yeah, like that was a really crazy way for him to get his powers. Obviously there's a lot of one-to-one with Superman and what you call it, Meteor Man. But there was one part of the movie that I thought was interesting. I'm curious how you felt about this, the love interests situation, because it seems like the movie like doesn't know what love interest to give Robert Townsend. Like
or should he even have one?
We have little teases towards some, and then they don't actually give them.
Can you give me that later over there, please? And
they gave him lust towards the nurse, and like maybe he likes a teacher, and then they were like, but now to build on that, let's not talk to another woman the rest of the movie.
Interestingly enough, does this pass the Bechdel test? I don't think that it counts them yelling at each other in the town hall meeting.
No, I don't think so.
Well, but aren't they yelling to each other about either the gangs or Meteor Man? So about a guy.
Yeah,
there's no way there's a woman talking, not talking about Meteor Man or this gang.
Yeah, I'm sure that never happens in this movie. I don't think that happens.
No. Well, so God damn it, that made me forget what I was about to ask, because I was like, holy shit, do they not? Because Jeff said it, and I was like, holy shit. Do any of these women actually talk to each other?
Oh
no.
Love interest. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah, the love interest. I just want to touch on. Oh God, I was about to say I want to touch on Robert Townsend a little bit, just a little bit though.
Just a little bit.
I get that.
It's that mustache, you know. No, because Robert Townsend, I guess reportedly, I haven't heard it from him, but he wanted this to be too wholesome, and there was like times where this is like where they wanted him to be a little edgier, and he fought against it because it's like, look, man, I want black kids to be inspired, not to be ghetto, but to be inspired by doing, just being a black man, just being a man. And it's just like, nah, man, this is a movie. We want to make that shit funny. You need a love interest, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't want it to be sexual, right? Or sexualize a woman, but at the same time, he does that. And I guess that's what the critic, what was his name?
Oh, yeah. I forget.
I forgot our homie, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. But yeah, that's kind of what he was saying. Like it implodes in itself. It has like it sets everything up that's supposed to be good, and then it shits on itself.
Yeah.
Just shits the bed.
Yeah, unfortunately. And it's funny. Like in the 80s, there was a group of black entertainers.
Remember the 80s?
There was a group of entertainers that were kind of dubbed the Black Pack. Keenan Ivory Wayans, Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, Paul Mooney, and Robert Townsend. And they didn't like work with each other a whole lot.
Damn, are they the Five Heartbeats?
That's where the inspiration came from. And maybe the movie would have been better if like maybe Eddie Murphy was like the
executive producer or something,
or even just the lead, because like that already comes with a lot of creative input, and probably would have made a little bit more money at the box office, because Eddie Murphy is bigger box office draw than Robert Townsend.
Point. Robert Townsend and Keenan Ivory Wayans both produced and wrote on Raw, Eddie Murphy's Raw. So if you guys haven't ever seen that, or if you have seen it, go back and watch it, because that's what Alex is referring to is, it would have been a little bit better probably if that input had been there.
What do you think, T? Like, do you think if it wasn't just like so close to Robert Townsend's chest, if he like created like a bit more creatively collaborative with some of the other like the Black Pack, you think it would have got a better movies?
I think like him doing all three of like I remember just seeing the opening credits. I was like, wait, he wrote and directed this and also had to star in it. The three-piece, like,
and produced it, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh my guy, that's too. See, I thought maybe Bill Cosby was a producer on this because like why would Bill Cosby give himself 0 lines?
He probably put some money up too.
Yeah, because I was trying to think like who could have put money up for this, and don't forget Luther Vandross is in this, and I was like, so he definitely put some fucking money into that.
So funny story
Luther
about
Vandross could have been a good actor. I was like, Luther Vandross could have made a pretty good actor. Was he ever in anything else?
I don't remember him being in anything else, but yeah, he was actually like pretty good at this, and he's got a very striking look. I was like, okay, I can see him like being like one of those really good character actors.
Something else before,
right?
Or am I thinking about Brian McKnight? I don't know. Anyway,
you might be thinking of Brian McKnight.
But
speaking
funny
of money,
story.
go ahead.
I want to play this clip from Bill Cosby in the movie real quick because at some point, after Robert Townsend's character does get hit by the meteor, Bill Cosby's character, who just plays a bum who doesn't say anything, gets another piece. Yes. He gets another the other part of the meteor, and he has his own little powers.
And look, he's like, I didn't even have to absorb rocks into my body.
Right?
Hot, molten rocks into my body. I just touch it.
And funny story about Bill Cosby on this movie.
Every story about Bill Cosby is pretty damn funny at this point.
Can we
Not
really
every
say
story.
that the
Most of them are
stories
pretty
are
trash.
funny now? I was like, I don't know if most of the stories are funny anymore.
Hey, is it too soon? It's too soon. It's too soon. Come on, man.
This guy's too soon.
I'm just saying, we done gone through a pandemic. We done gone through all kind of shit, man.
He's back out of jail
already, and he's out.
Yeah, he's already done. He got out.
But
shout out to the legal system.
But he wasn't a producer on this movie, but he did do this. But he did do this movie for $1 a day to help with the budget costs. So
God, so greedy.
Speaking of the budget, Alex,
I figured he had to do something. I was like, well, Bill Cosby's part, so I figured he probably helped him and paid for it.
As far as I couldn't find anything about him actually putting money into it, but he definitely took like low.
I think that's how everybody who is a guest star in this is like. You got to remember, Robert Townsend had huge respect in the black community, black film community, especially. If y'all don't know, he did, was it I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker? And it was his first movie, and he put up like $10,000 on credit cards to get it going. And if it had failed, it wouldn't, we wouldn't even know who he is because he'd probably be in jail for credit card fraud or some shit. But it did go through.
$10,000 back then was also much different than $10,000 right now.
Yeah, exactly. And so so he was he was well respected, and people were like wanted to work with him because of the message he was trying to get out there for black people. So I think a lot of people probably did this for like SAG minimum. $1 a day. I think that's not allowed by SAG, so I think that's probably bullshit. But
well, maybe that's like skirting around since he doesn't have any lines. Maybe he could.
They skirted around that.
Yeah, they skirted
around.
Oh,
interesting. Yeah, that would make him a featured extra.
Yeah.
So maybe that's how
so you get paid.
And that's not a SAG rate.
He can get paid scale or nothing if they feel like it. Really.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you look hard enough,
credit, that's about it. You could get a credit. I've done featured extra work, and that's just when they like.
No, yeah, he probably got all of them. He probably got a lot of the royalties.
And you don't say shit.
Yeah, and
like, there's start saying things. That's when they got to pay you and stuff.
Yeah, and then to y'all's point, there's definitely a lot of stars on here. I mean, there's a lot of people who this would have been like kind of a big break for, like Eddie Griffin, Don Cheadle. But you have other people like like we said, James Earl Jones, Roy Fagan. He actually retired shortly after this movie. I don't know if the two are related. But Sinbad is in this movie too.
He said, "I'm tired of doing cheap movies.
LaWanda
Doing movies for cheap for you goddamn niggas.
Phase on Love, John
bad fucking movies.
Like, I'm tired of you niggas.
Can't nobody call me for some good shit.
I'm an artist.
I went to Julia.
LaWanda Page, John Witherspoon, Wallace Shawn, Phase on Love. Chris Tucker is just like a random voice in the mall. Like I was like, that's definitely Chris Tucker.
Hey man,
Come on, man.
Hey man, he's fine. Like he says something like random. But yeah, there's a lot of big names in this movie. So what's his name? Robert Townsend. He had some clout. But you mentioned
the clout. He was like the Russell Simmons of television and movies at that point. Like an NBC and Universal, all them people they love. Is this Universal? No, this is Lionsgate.
Yeah, well,
so like
MGM.
MGM.
Mm-hmm. There's a lion there.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's MGM. And they, like I'm saying, do they exist anymore? No,
sort of.
They got bought up.
Yeah,
you don't see the lion in
they're
their
owned by
movies.
like Sony or something.
Yeah, you don't see the lion in their movies.
Oh, it's Amazon. Amazon owns it now.
Oh god, that building is atrocious down in Culver City.
The world that we live in now.
But anyway, we were talking about the money. We were talking about
right.
Who funded it and all that shit. So Alex, let's get to the business. Let's get to the fun part of this show. How much money did this motherfucker make, man?
Ooh, the box office mojo lists the domestic gross of the Meteor Man.
Why are we so low at this page? Why are we so low? Let's go back up here.
Up.
I thought it was going to be low. That's why I thought we were so.
Box Office Mojo lists the domestic gross of the Meteor Man at $8 million, released on August 6th in 1993. Robert Townsend directed the movie, which was produced by Metro Golden Mayer.
I never can tell what's going on with this one. So did The Fugitive and Meteor Man come out the same week?
Yes. So the ones that are highlighted are the ones that came out the same week.
Okay.
And you can also see
new this week.
Which number week?
Right.
Yeah, new this week.
Again, it's a bit, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you can see how it had a lot of competition. 93 was a pretty good movie year. Like you said, The Fugitive.
Poetic. Wow, it got put up against a hard black movie, Poetic Justice.
Right, in just its third week. But still managed to make a little bit more that week. I'm sure it didn't.
Let me just tell you,
legs.
This is crazy. 1,060 theaters. You should be doing a little bit better than that. Like that, sometimes you go, well, they didn't give us enough theaters. That's a lot of fucking theaters. I mean, nobody got as many as The Fugitive did, which is kind of unfair, right? 2,340 theaters. Like the next one under that is way behind.
But you also got to remember The Fugitive was based off a TV show. So that's like back in the day, like, hey, let's do a reboot. That was like when they were
right.
Hey, we can make money off nostalgia.
Boom. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
They're not new to this. They're true to this. Hollywood has been
feeding
off your nostalgia.
It's not on them, it's in them. Okay.
Even Robin Hood Men in Tights, Coneheads. There's a lot of stuff in here that's derived from other shit. Oh, Hocus Pocus in its fourth week. Yeah, this is a good movie year,
dude. So I Married an Axe Murderer. Great movie.
Oh, such a good movie.
Yeah.
Rookie of the Year. Surely Rookie of the Year is going to be a future.
You probably already said Coneheads, but Coneheads.
Yes, so
Tom
good.
and Jerry. I went and saw that in the theaters.
Oh shit! Last Action Hero came out.
Last Action Hero. Definitely saw that. Oh. Definitely saw that.
8 weeks in. Still got some pretty good legs. $47 million at this point. Scent of a Woman and number 20. So yeah, got a lot of competition.
8 weeks, man. Movies be out 8 weeks now. That's a fucking mega hit. Like if it's out in 8 weeks.
Yeah, they're not keeping it in theaters that long.
They was draining that one, like just drag it out. Look, man, put it out there.
But you know what the funny thing is? They'll put movies out for a couple weeks now, then put them back out. And I only say that because The Substance is back in theaters now.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, they do that a lot with the movies that are up for award season, like shit. It's like, oh, we know that nobody really watched it when it first came out, but now that you guys see that it's nominated for some shit, we're gonna put it back out.
Hey man, go watch it, man.
That makes
because it's really just a Hollywood thing. Because what they're doing is they put it out and then they like, well, the voters need to see it again.
Right.
The voters need to see this motherfucker again.
Yeah, and which is
that or just Morbius for some reason.
Yeah, Morbius, they got duped.
It makes me so happy that the fans successfully trolled a big company that bad.
Oh, God. We love you, Sony. Never change. Let's talk about Robert Townsend for a little bit as the character of Jefferson. What's his name? What's his last name again? Jefferson Reed.
Reed.
I want to play this clip
he
right
named
here.
Him after a teacher of his that was actually one of his heroes.
Oh, really? Oh, his name was Jefferson Reed.
I hope. Otherwise,
his name was Reed Jefferson.
Reed Jefferson. Just switches it around. By the way, the dog name Ellington kind of irked me. I was like, why not name your dog Duke? That just seems a little bit more approach.
Are you saying that Jeff irks you?
No, I mean, yeah, always.
That's Are you trying to tell us something?
I'm just a diversity hire.
He's on minority scholarship.
I want to play this clip, but it seems like it's a sort of a.
Hey, can you put that in his rundown next time? That he's at our HBCU on a minority scholarship. By the way, white people go to HBCUs for real. Go get you the minority scholarship, man. Yeah, you're wasting your fucking life. Fucking going to USC when you could go to any historical black college and go for free, big dog.
Anyway. Save yourself some money. If I could go to a super white college and go there for free, I would. So just
I had to let that one hold that one out.
I do want to play this clip because it seems like it's sort of like a one of the first influences that Jefferson Reed gets of wanting to stand up for himself.
Oh. Aren't you going to say, excuse me, Dre?
Excuse me.
And I will be back.
Keep me.
Excuse me, Mr. Reed, Mrs. Laws.
Oh, that kid's awesome.
Keep it.
Great performance for that kid.
Yo, bust ass nigga.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that he would have given up his comic. That's a little unbelievable. Me as a kid, I would have been like, give me that comic back. Yeah, that's right.
Well, he was trying to look tough, like, man, you know what I'm saying? Keep it.
I could buy 5 more of these comics. I'm a golden lord.
And it was like he was, he gonna get it back. It's kind of like that, like I'm getting it back, bitch. Which is kind of fucked up, man.
You don't mess with the baby lords.
No, man, they was actually the most vicious. I felt like.
Yeah, they were like kind of creepy and unsettling to have like all these little kids. Then like the way they were positioned, how like all the little ones up front and then the adults like right behind them. It was like tiers, like little
rows. Let me tell you something else. That's what influenced. I mean, that's what created my desire to whoop up on like 7-12-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? Or like 15 7-year-olds. Like put me in a surrounded moment, like Neo in the Matrix. In Matrix 2. Remember that one?
Yeah,
he had the pole. He was like,
yeah.
To put me in that kind of situation. Oh man, dream come true.
Seems like it'd be fun.
Life goals, man. Life goals. Like you got to do that, man. We got to
fighting for my life. I had to hurt them.
Yeah. Any 7-year-olds that are on SAG, hit me up.
Bill's dream is like that scene in Billy Madison where Adam Sandler was actually throwing the dodgeball as hard as he could.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Except they're attacking you like little gremlins.
Another Future Doesn't Hold Up episode for sure. But yeah, T, what did you think of like the characterization of Jefferson Reed in this movie? Think he's a relatable character?
I guess a little relatable. He's supposed to be a mild-mannered. I don't want the power, so of course, since I don't want to have the power, I'm gonna get all the crazy powers because I don't want to use these powers at all. Type character, but I always kind of find those characters just annoying, and that's why I was like, I probably wouldn't be given power because I probably be a little morally gray with him. Like I wouldn't stand up for truth and justice all the time.
Yeah, I know. I'd be knocking niggas out of traffic.
Relatable, but I was like, I don't know. He's kind of a little bit of a punk. I was like, nah, he's kind of a punk. I don't relate to that.
Yeah, like they set him up to be like extra scared. Like he's teaching all the children to run away from their bullies.
Yeah, run away and hide. Like I thought he was gonna like Mr. Jefferson told our child to stand up to these bullies and fight them off, and he got his ass kicked. And I was like, no, told him
No,
to run and hide. A little girl did that to him.
It was like, well, I would have been like, it sounds like your kid didn't run fast enough. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I told him to run.
See,
he got himself.
This is why
I told him serpentine. Don't run in the straight line.
This is why I've been sending progress reports home that say he doesn't listen. You see, if he was listening, he would have ran fast.
You're like, how does he get an F in PE? Well, that's how.
That's how. He doesn't run, miss. He doesn't listen. That's why I've been sending them home. Lords.
Another black all-star in that scene, Jennifer Lewis. She's only in the
Black
like
all-star.
that one scene, but she's amazing.
Well, let's talk about somebody who's in one scene.
Entire movie.
Do you have the clip? I don't know. I didn't ask you beforehand, but do you have the clip of Sunshine?
I don't have the clip of Sunshine, but yeah, she's in this movie too. Yeah, she's
Sunshine. What's her name? I forgot her name.
I forget the actress's name. I was trying to find it actually in the Meteor Man cast, but I just couldn't find it.
Gonna
like this cast list.
Well, she's also for y'all who don't know what we're talking about the young lady who plays Sunshine in I almost said Coming to America, but Harlem Nights.
Yep.
And why is she called Sunshine? Because her pussy's so good, it'll turn into sunshine.
Yeah. Della Reese's words, not ours.
I mean, come on, man.
But yeah, like
I'm not that kind of person.
Yeah, another black all-star in her. She was just there for one scene, and then it was funny how LaWanda Page comes in later.
Look here, sucker.
Robert Townsend's trying to be like horny and
but see, that's the thing. And see, no, I'm glad you got to that part because that's the thing about this movie. Again, where are you trying to go, Robert? Mr. Townsend, excuse me. Where are you trying to go? You get Sunshine to come in. Everybody knows her as Sunshine at this point in her career.
Yeah.
So
it is known.
It is known. You get her to come in and act like she's gonna jerk you off, and then then you get the nastiest female comedian ever, the lady who played Esther on Sanford and Son.
Yeah.
You got her coming in talking about she gonna gum your dick down. Now what are we doing?
Yeah, that shit was.
She's talking about having her 90, her see-through 90. Like she gonna give him some good pussy. That's what she's talking about. Like, so look, I don't know where you're trying to go with this, Mr. Townsend, but you should have gone more in that direction than you did keep swerving around.
Yeah, I mean, I would have appreciated it just a little bit more earnest. Like some of the X-ray vision jokes were just like, all right, this is right. Funny.
They were such obvious ones, but I mean, like that's the funniest part is. So the first thing you actively decide to do when you get powers is check out the hottie, but then the entire rest of the movie, you're like, no, guys, we need to be uplifting. We need to be moral. Sex is wrong.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Don't have sex unless it's in your spank bank.
Yeah, and it is interesting because like
that should be the more you know, right there. Don't have sex unless it's in your spank bank.
And we mentioned before that like this movie probably would have been better if somebody like Eddie Murphy was playing this character. Maybe the characterization would have been a little bit different because he usually has a lot to say about
right.
What his character is going to be like in the movies. But Townsend obviously always wanted to play the leading role and to play a superhero.
Yeah, who doesn't want to be the first black superhero? Like,
right.
What?
Like,
that's the whole reason I made this movie, man. That's the only reason I made this movie.
Right.
That's why it's probably not.
And directed it. So I was like, yeah, he wanted to do it himself.
He actually said in an interview with Shondaland.com, quote, I did Meteor Man and I was like, I want to be a superhero. Let me just do it. The thing for me was that I was always battling to create new images for Black people. That was the goal. Now to see the birth of these new superheroes is like coming full circle. And I get that, but I don't know.
You want to show a picture of him saving somebody?
No.
Let's get a pic. I mean, you want to show a clip of him being a superhero?
Yeah,
because he looks so happy to be playing a superhero.
Yeah, this is a clip of him like sort of discovering his powers flying.
He just, Did he? Uzi, he just, Home, please, now.
That was a genuinely funny moment.
Home, please, now. I like, why are we going home?
Cheadle.
Hell yeah, Don Cheadle's great. And I'll say that that's like one of the Townsend's greatest strengths throughout his whole career, because he's made some stuff that's not great. But
he was putting people on. He was really out there trying to put niggas on as much as he could.
Absolutely.
You really don't see that too much today.
No.
Yeah, and he obviously had an eye for really good talent, because there's a lot of
Parenthood, great television show.
Yeah, he's a great producer and he's a good writer.
We used to watch the Parenthood like religiously.
Yeah, no, that show, I love that show.
That was actually, to me, that show was better than the Cosby Show.
Because I felt like it also came on during our middle school years, right after school, like an hour show after school. So it's like it was part of that. I'm out of school, about to eat, watch some TV, and it was part of that block before my parents actually got home, and I was just with grandma, and I could just eat and watch TV and not do homework yet.
The Latch Kid shows or Latch Key shows.
Latchkey shows, Latchkey
shows,
Latchkey,
and we all obviously remember the Robert Townsend, the other Robert Townsend superhero movie, Up and Away.
Up and Away! I play Scott Marshall. I'm supposed to follow in my superhero family's footsteps, but for some reason, my DNA's not developing.
He's gonna be getting his powers any day now, right? Doesn't look like it.
That was a movie.
So that looks like Black Invincible, basically, without the tragic
tinfoil. Tinfoil's deadly.
Oh yeah,
We're just really allergic. What was it? We're really allergic to fruitcakes. Yeah, that's all it was. He saves the day with soccer. His sister has the Cyclops eyes. I loved that movie as well.
Did you really?
I'm starting to realize. Oh, dude, I'm a fucking nerd. Hello.
This one was a total blind spot for me. I did not realize it existed until I was doing my research for this episode.
Jesus fucking Christ!
Well, someone didn't grow up with the Disney Channel.
I guess we didn't have the
Disney. We had it on and off,
right? Yeah. It was if they were given like the free promo that month.
Yeah, this was one of those Disney movies like Johnny Tsunami or like Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century, or Brink,
right?
Fucking Brink.
I do not.
I just said a bunch of shit that you don't know, didn't I?
Yeah, like
wait, I didn't hear. Say it again. Say the other ones again. I didn't. I just heard Brink.
What was like you said, Zoe,
Johnny Tsunami,
Xenon.
I remember Johnny Tsunami. I kind of felt like I was racist, but like that name. But you know,
I mean, that was his whole thing. His name was Johnny, and he was from Hawaii.
From Hawaii, yeah.
It was racist.
Creative
yeah,
writing.
Wasn't his grandfather Shang Tsung?
Shang Tsung? Yeah.
I remember.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I didn't really watch that show, but I do remember that show, Johnny Tsunami, and some other show you said, and bitch, what was the other one?
I don't know.
Brink.
I don't know.
Brink.
They were soul
what I'd rather do is would I rather snowboard or ski, and I was like, snowboard. Duh. I watched Johnny Tsunami. My God.
Animorphs?
Yeah.
Any Animorphs people?
I
Hell yeah.
watched Animorphs.
Okay.
I didn't really read the books, but I did watch that show that tried to come on.
Did both. I did both. Was upset
Same
that
on
the
both
show
both,
didn't. The show didn't really take on like it should have.
The Megamorphs were awesome.
Yes.
I don't remember. Megamorph sounds familiar, but
Yeah,
I can't-
Megamorphs.
Megamorphs were the Animorph books that
Okay.
were like thick, and it was every character was narrating.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like let's
He
talk
just went down the nerdiest.
Oh, yeah.
hole.
Oh, man,
He went
that-
down the
it's very
nerdiest
easy.
hole. that
And I
you've
was holding
ever
back.
seen. Yes.
Let's
everyone
talk about
was
the
holding
villain.
back.
We talked about the Gold Lords a little bit, and I
Are
as
you
much,
afraid of the dark?
as
No,
much as I don't think that Robert Townsend's directing is super strong in this movie, I do love the way that this scene is shot.
Come on. That's all I need is me a fucking pet tiger, and it's on. Actually, I guess I'll get like a stuffed tiger and just have that with me. But I need to paint my slinky because it's actually silver instead of gold. But we're working on it. Come on, baby.
I
Yo,
think
yeah,
we
like-
found
Oh, and
Golden
like,
Cheese
come on,
next
rest in
con
peace, Tiny
costume.
Mr. Jr. No one said his name yet.
What'd you say, Jeff? Ellington?
I said I think we found Golden Tea's next con costume.
Oh yeah. As soon as
Oh,
I put
yeah.
this on, yeah, I was like,
Lord.
oh, this is gone. This is
Lord.
gone. It's over.
Lord.
I'm done.
Lord.
There's
You
nothing
should get a
else.
speaker that plays that.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah,
No, I have a
Lord.
super too, so I'll do it.
Lord.
that
Lord.
sounds awesome. Yeah, like this, the design of
With
these
the
characters is pretty
slinky,
crazy.
son. I would lose my shit if I saw that at Comic-Con. Oh God!
Lord. No, what you got
You gotta have a nigga dressed as Meteor Man. Alex, you gotta go with him dressed as Meteor
Oh
Man.
man, yeah. You also like you need to just hire like 12 other dudes just to tie
Right,
their hair.
yeah,
and
this
walk
is
behind
kind of like a
We
group
need those children.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I can fight them. I can fight the children. It can finally do. We can.
We
I
can
do
make this
have
happen.
some little cousins that could at least that are like age appropriate now to go to cons.
Are they stuntmen? Because I'm gonna have to slap the shit out of some people. No.
But yeah, this movie kind of moves at a clip. It's pretty short. I think it's only like an hour and 13 minutes long.
Yeah.
The first, like after he gets to the super powers, everybody in the community pretty much finds out that he has the powers, and they convince him to do it because again he's still feeling pretty
Who's
cowardly.
the master? He's got the power of the glow. He glows too.
What did you guys think of just like how different this is from like your standard comic book movie where the guy has to hide his identity? Because for the most part he doesn't really need to, except for like to the media. Like
Jeff, you go first. Since
I think things would have been a lot easier for him if he had. I mean, like this is literally why every superhero has a secret identity. Because the second you don't, the bad guys go and hurt the people that you love. That was the entire thing about this movie. So I think it was very stupid of him. I don't know, but at the same time, I don't know if he had an opportunity to not hide it. I mean, literally, a meteor hit him in the titties, and then he went to the hospital, and they watched it get absorbed into his body. So,
yeah.
Right, like he was looking like Freddy Krueger in the hospital, all fucked up, and then the very next day, the dude's perfectly fine. Like the whole time, I was like, why hasn't the government come and found this dude? Like, so many people have seen him and know he has powers. Where this is like the fantasy part of it, that the government didn't arrest his black ass.
That would have been a great part of it. That would have been a great part to like have the National Guard come in, like Meteor Man.
No, he brokered a peace between the police and the Blood Crips.
That
And that's what they were,
wild.
the Blood Crips. Or the Crip Bloods. I don't know.
The Blood Crips is hilarious.
Bloods?
The blood crisp. Yeah, like it was wild how we got our typical 90s.
Oh, and that was
montage
Cypress
too.
Hill. How funny.
Yeah, Cypress Hill was just like
it just kept going.
This movie
I think
does not
Biz
disappoint.
Marquis. I think was,
Yeah,
was
Biz
in there at some
Marquis.
point. Yeah. wild cameos.
But
But
the lady
yeah,
from 227 is in this.
which lady?
Yeah, she was like the main character from 227, the mom.
Oh, maybe
She was in the background during the
yeah.
town hall meeting.
She was no, she was Jefferson Reed's mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
Dude.
dude, it was so weird. Like she was so excited about making this costume. Like she was bordering on like manic behavior, like when she was making it.
Can we talk about the montage, the classic 90s
No, we
montage?
haven't talked about that yet.
Yeah, let's talk about the 90s montage because yeah, it was
Just-
great.
You
I
go ahead
did
and
love
start.
it. That is a great trope to have that we've lost, that whole musical montage of the character getting better in whatever way they see fit. And like it's always just a funny scene of just like, and it seems like I always felt like actors doing those scenes probably had the most fun. But the one thing that just tripped me out was the progress of his costumes, because like all his costumes look like just fucking trash put together. And it's just like, oh shit, you know what? I got a fucking sewing machine. Let me do something instead of this. And then I was like, yeah, all these costumes were just straight trash. And then you finally remembered you knew how to sew.
My favorite one was, oh, I don't have evidence? Click. Now I do.
I was like, you know what? That's kind of practical. That's kind of practical.
He probably still try to incorporate that into the good-looking costume that he ended up landing on. What do you guys think of the design of the costume? By the way, do y'all fucking with it?
No, I kind of
version, yeah.
Yeah, I like
90s, 1993. I'm fucking with it. It's kind of like Homelander's suit.
Yeah, it's got like a similar like what you call it design without all the red, white, and blue.
A little less racist, yeah.
Yeah, and it's cool because obviously that aesthetic sort of lingered on. They Robert Townsend sold the rights to Meteor Man to Marvel Comics, and then now they distributed it. I think in
They'll buy anything. Why don't they buy our shit? Do you think they buy our shit?
Six whole issues.
Yeah, he has a limited six issue limited series titled Meteor Man, written by Brett Hubbard and Dwight Coy, and illustrated by Robert Walker and John Holdren.
It's an impossible Jeff's comic book.
Jeff is like, no, that will not be happening.
Where's the cricket? There should be some crickets right there.
It's so weird because it came out in 2017. But the artwork looks like early 90s comics, which I'm just personally not a fan of. Like the art itself is just a little like, but also they do this weird thing where they write out the direction and like, they're like, and Spider-Man was angry, so he hit him while we have him punching someone. And it's like, the point of a comic book is you don't have to narrate the action. You can draw it.
Yeah.
So it's very much that, even though
retro.
It was 8 years ago.
Well, when you say 90s comic book art, I'm wondering, do you mean like Jim Lee or do you mean like just like more DC stuff?
I would lean more towards, I don't know if I can't think of a specific artist, but I would say definitely more Marvel or DC. Just that standard, just kind of has that flat look to it. There's not like a lot of depth or dimension to it. And that's definitely not something that Frank Miller or Todd McFarlane had an issue with.
Yeah, there are a lot of Batman comics in like the early 90s that I just like the art. I wasn't really fucking with for that same reason. But now that Meteor Man is technically a Marvel property, we might see him pop up at the MCU in the future. Who knows?
Okay, so I'm looking at I'm looking at the artwork you were talking about. What happened there? Don't be that
got popped out. But Yeah, while you're looking that up, like, yeah, T, would you want to see Meteor Man in the MCU, just like as a new original character?
Yeah, why not? Like, I'm tired of them. Like, it's better than trying to make like Thor black or some ridiculous shit that they probably buy. No, they will. No,
Yeah,
they
like-
fucking will.
Yeah.
And then you know what? You know what's another good thing? He doesn't have electric powers.
He doesn't have electric powers. Yeah, he's like one of the
Oh,
few
think
black
of that.
superheroes that
Why?
doesn't.
This is
Why do we
probably
always
the best
have
version of
an
him
electric
right here.
power?
What is this?
That's
version of him?
that's not that's like the 2017
Earth
one, yeah.
616. Okay.
That's the one that Spider-Man. That's the one that we read.
This one?
Mm-hmm. I think that's one. From
Yeah,
the
that's what.
60s year. Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
that's
this
yeah.
What's
I
this
have
do?
no
What
idea.
that do? Oh, it's $21.75. Oh no, thank you. Who's doing that?
I'll try looking for it. There's a big comic book shop up here that has a lot of oldies.
But yeah.
All right, it doesn't like this. It doesn't like this. Doesn't like this. It doesn't like that. Didn't like it. See, I don't know what's going on, but you know, this is during the fires right now, so
Yeah.
who knows why? You know, our internet kind of sucks right now.
Yeah, everything's a little laggy. But yeah, like I would be down to see him in the MCU too. I would like to see an MCU-ified version of that.
As long as he's not like he is in the movie.
Yeah, I would like them to make take some liberties, change some things about the
Would you
character.
like him to see him become a superhero again, or would you rather him already an established superhero?
I would like them to. I would like to see him become a hero again, because I would like to see pretty much them like erase everything that happened.
I needed to be like I needed to be like a issue where he's already established as a superhero, but we get like flashbacks of what he, you know, how he became the superhero. So retcon it, but he's already established.
That'd be cool. And I like movies
I
like
don't
that.
like a lot of time on backstory. Like I already know what his backstory
And you
is.
could do the backstory in issues. You don't have to do it all. Like, you know, you can give a little taste here and there. You don't have to wear it out. You know,
I would like it if they do somehow introduce him into the MCU. I'd like it if he's already an established hero in the sense of like the main MCU cast meets him, like the Avengers find out about him, and they're like, "Oh man, like where have you been?" And he's just like, "I've been around. While you guys have been out there, like, hey, let's go take care of these global threats. You know, like all these communities have also had issues, right? I've been helping them while you guys have been out there. Like, we'll fight Thanos once every 4 years, you know."
Right. Yeah. Like I think that they could do that in a tasteful way to have him introduced like that. Like he's always been around.
y'all just don't go to the hood.
Yeah, y'all ain't hanging out in DC like that. They ain't out in Baltimore.
Like
right.
Exactly. Yeah. Like Daredevil when he was like introduced to the Avengers, like, yeah, the entire point is like, yes, he is also a very good fighter and can be an Avenger. He's focused on helping the people, like the people in his town.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, and even to your point, the way that they showed Daredevil's like backstory of how he led up to the point that he is as an established hero, while also just showing the adventures that he's going on in like that first and second season, is really well done. So
Can we talk about
something like that?
The powers?
Yeah, let's talk about the powers because the powers are all over the place. T, what did you think about the powers of Meteor Man? The very many powers of Meteor Man.
Very many powers. I'll start off with my favorite power, which was the quick absorption learning. I was like, that's kind of cool. Too bad it was like really, really short, but for like a time being. And I also want to know, like, was it stackable? Like, can I like get a whole bunch of different books to like problem solve shit real quick? Because I only got 30 seconds. So let me like do all these books together and I can figure out theories and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if it was stackable, then like the 30 seconds wouldn't matter if it's stackable. And I also want to know, like, it seems like It recharges quickly though, because my favorite scene is the whole model dance off. I was cracking up still. But like, you know, he had the kung fu book, learned kung fu, it was done with, quickly got the book, maybe like what 2 minutes passed, and he was ready to absorb again.
Yeah.
So
and I think
like it can keep going after 30 seconds. You just gotta just press the button and go.
Yeah. Well, what were you about to say? You about to talk on that?
Well, yeah, I was just gonna say that was one that it's very convenient that he got thrown through like a library truck or whatever toward the end of the fight, so he could just like absorb a lot. But even with his super,
what is up with the library truck?
Like it used to be a thing, you know. You got to have the bookmobiles. They would go where the libraries wouldn't go. You know what I mean?
Okay, hey, we didn't have that in Alabama. I don't remember that.
Y'all should have had a damn bookmobile. Did y'all have enough libraries?
I don't think that we had it too, allowed books. I don't think we allowed books in Alabama at that time. But
we actually were burning. They had book burnings.
Yeah, we actually did. Yeah,
that was
not accepted.
That was a period in like that was a class. Yeah. We had a class where we just burned books.
Now a third period we're gonna burn these books.
And you know what? I'll also say one thing that confused me about his powers was the recharging ability of it. Like, did he need to keep sleeping, or like was his powers going away?
Just need a little rest.
Yeah, it seemed kind of vague. Like he just needs to sleep to get his powers back.
But he also had to sleep more.
But it also doesn't even seem like
every
that
time he used his powers, he had to sleep longer.
Remember how that happened to Goku? Didn't that happen to Goku once? Where he was like, "Oh, I'm tired," and he like went to sleep because he was like, "I just can't do it right now. I'm like fucking tired."
I was kind of under the impression that he was just like these powers aren't permanent. Like he was just going to lose them forever if he didn't touch the meteor again at the end.
Right? We have a comic book. Well, I mean, just keep it like he just kept it like
That's one of the things I would change if I were to make another one of these movies.
Right? Yeah, I would kind of like make it to where he just needs to recharge for like he just knocks the hell out for a day and kind of becomes human. Like he becomes vulnerable.
Well, could he like recharge like the way that Superman does, or the way that what's his name, or
even Green Lantern?
Superman
Green Lantern, Green Lantern.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, Superman just recharges from the sun. Green Lantern just recharges from his power battery.
But the meteorite absorbs
Meteor Man,
and then it goes away.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't seem like there's much of it left.
What is it? He just got super metabolism, so it just starts working out of your body. It's a goddamn rock melted into your fucking body.
Yeah,
like, that sounds permanent.
So one thing that like a scene that was written but then cut evidently was him and Eddie Griffin being like, "Hey, the meteor that hit you, parts of it landed in Arizona." And it the end of the movie that was like I said, it was cut, was them getting on a plane to go there so he can get his powers back.
Oh, okay, interesting. And well, that would also just like further reinforce that like this whole like expiration date on the powers, which I don't love.
We
have that aspect of it.
We got to keep it the conversation though. Jeff, what was your favorite power in this?
Yes.
Honestly, I gotta agree with Terry that you know what, let me correct myself. I don't know what's my favorite power, but my favorite part was also the runway fight. That was awesome. Outside of that, I'll say his super speed when he was catching all those bullets. I thought that was fucking awesome too.
That was an interesting scene. That was cool.
I don't know if this is my favorite or if it's just the most ridiculous one, but being able to understand dogs.
Yeah, that was a weird power. Be able to talk to dogs.
I can just understand what dogs say.
Yeah, he's got Dr. Doolittle powers.
I'm Dr. Doolittle. How does that translate over to the comic book? Is that, you think they just leave that one out? It's like, nah.
And is it just dogs or is it all animals?
I don't remember seeing him talk to no other animals.
Yeah.
Though.
Well, and Cosmo spoke to dogs.
Dogs.
Yeah, Cosby was talking to his dog, right? Yeah,
Multiple dogs.
Mhm.
Multiple.
He was
dogs.
talking to many dogs.
right. But they're all
Right.
dogs,
Like,
though.
with
No
the
squirrels
dog.
or cats. Like he ain't talking to
No
everybody.
cats.
Yeah.
And it kind of
Or
reminds
considering
me
he was a
of,
hobo, most likely rats.
I would have loved it if
Facts.
he had a rat army.
Yes, he talked to the rats, got them, and then killed them and ate them because he's hungry.
He reminds me a lot of like the 70s Christopher Reeve's Superman, where he just like got like way too many powers. Like, I could rebuild the fucking Great Wall of China with my eyes. Like,
are there any
like
white
that.
people in this movie?
This
A
one.
few. Wallace
The
Shawn,
big bad guy.
probably
Yeah.
the only white person that had lines. The big bad guy, Mr.
Oh,
Burke,
yeah,
or
that's
whatever his
right.
name. He was white,
Yeah, and Mr. Little, he was a white guy.
but like even the extras, that was something I noticed. It was like during the mall scene with everybody and all the extras I saw. I was like, damn, this is a very black movie. There's like hardly any white extras running around. This is a lot of people in this scene. There's lots of black people in here.
Yeah, no, it's funny that you say that because
I
I was
noticed that with the hospital scene when he was doing the X-ray vision, looking out the window. No white people.
No white people.
no white people. And it's funny because like
No
I was
white
reading a review on this movie and somebody said like it was very diverse. I was like, I mean, no, it's not. It's got a lot of black people. I don't think you know what that word means. I see what you're trying to say, but no, that's not what that word is.
Oh god, you're trying to be good, but you're saying it wrong.
What? There's like no Hispanics, no Asians in this movie, no Indians.
No Indians, no Hispanics, no Hispanic.
My favorite
Sorry.
superpower, I mean, like ironically, my favorite superpower is being able to grow huge vegetables in the middle of the night with your eyes and your hands. Like, that was
What would you have grown?
Oh, you already know what I would have grown. But unironically, I mean, it's flying. As of course, it's flying, and I do love that he's afraid of heights. He's like driving at like car level.
I gotta say, mine is probably
That was so good.
levitation. That's probably mine.
Yeah, levitation. Yeah,
The ability to what is that? What do they call it? Is that
Telekinesis.
Telekinesis.
That's what they call it. Telekinesis. Because this dude literally picked up Eddie Griffin and made him fly.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot that even.
And then
like,
stripped him.
And then stripped him.
And I guess that how he flies. I guess that would explain his flying powers better than Superman explains his. That he can. Just
I'm gonna say no, just because every time he did that to someone, he literally had to do this with his finger.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I was
Don't forget
thinking.
he had laser eyes.
Oh yeah, that's right. He had laser eyes too. He was cooking eggs and shit.
He was shooting niggas guns in the mall and shit. That was
Yeah.
cool.
Oh man,
And shooting the
powers.
nurse's butt.
He can make it rain.
Oh man, I'm trying to play this clip, but it won't
Literally.
play the audio.
Exactly, made it right. I'll add it in later.
It won't play the audio.
Okay, no.
Because I'm
I
trying
think
to play
probably
the Chris Tucker part.
Probably the funniest part, including powers outside of the runway fight, was when he goes to the crack house and he is it all away. But then when it comes back and they're all high as fuck because he just tossed it all on top of everybody.
Like, cause that's what I immediately thought after that.
Yeah.
I told you you could fly. You didn't even believe me.
Oh man.
Don't see his
When he
face
did
at all.
that, I
but-
was just like, oh my god, did those people OG?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up
That
for
was-
Meteor Man.
Robert Townsend, you are fool for putting him in the studio after the movie's already done and said, hey, I got a part for you right here.
Hey, he's looking out
Oh,
for
man.
everybody.
That is awesome, man.
But yeah, Golden Tea, I had the exact same thought. I was like, ooh, buddy, I know you're trying to save people, but that just probably fucked a lot of people up. And then when they come back, I was like, oh, you did think of that. Okay.
Well, no, they're alive and they're having a good time. Okay, that's good.
But he was probably like, we got to make sure everybody knows that they're still alive, Got to make sure that there's
Right. Yeah. I can see that coming up.
But also, that was my favorite part, because I just love the song Too Legit. And it was like that New Jack City scene. Like, remember in New Jack City, they like the part of the drugs, like they was just half naked, doing.
Oh yeah,
that's right. Making sure you can't steal that shit on your body.
Yeah, no, they had the titties out.
Yeah, but Robert Johnson couldn't.
Yeah, Robert was like,
no,
that's
like
that's
it
a
was an
risky part.
homage to New Jack City at that part.
No, I meant that in New Jack City, yeah, they had the titties.
Yeah, right.
The titties out of New Jack Cities.
And we did talk about that final fight scene a little bit, and I want to just play this little clip of the fight scene because it is well shot. Like, this is one of the other parts where I'm like, okay, Robert, I see you.
Robert, you are. Movie
like,
maker.
that was legit.
That's the thing. There's parts of this movie that are filmed really, really well, and you're like, "Is this a good movie?" And then there's other parts where you're like, "Oh, maybe it's not." You go back and
he
forth
just
a lot.
knows how to make a good movie.
Yeah, I think that the consistent thing for me, like at least watching it this time around, like it just wasn't as funny as I was hoping it would be. Like Blank Man still, like I don't keep comparing it to Blank Man.
It's the only comp.
Yeah, it's like the best comp.
It's the only comp.
It's still so much funny. It's like it's so much funnier, even to this day. Like the performances are better. Like the writing is a lot better. And like Robert Townsend, I don't think that he's just like a strong enough person to carry this movie. Like I feel like Eddie Murphy. Yeah, not comedically, because Eddie Griffin is just like acting him in circles.
If you don't know what Robert Townsend's comedy is, his comedy is just like timing and weird awkwardness, like the way he delivers his comedy. What would you comp his like style of writing and performance?
I would actually say like he is best when he's like performing like bigger. Like if he's like in Hollywood Shuffle, I think is like his best performance, like the best movie he made. He's just like
that's
so much more,
movie, isn't it?
Yeah, like this. That's the first movie, like that he directed.
I said, I'm gonna get you, sucker, but it was Hollywood Shuffle.
Yeah, that he actually directed, and he like I think he's better at just like those wacky type of characters. Like he's really good at writing those sketchy.
Zany.
Yeah, I don't think it's like a straight man. He's like,
would you put? I would say like he's like a Bill Murray type of performer. His comedy comes off more like Bill Murray. He says something weird and quirky. He relies on faces and like it's not like Richard Pryor or Eddie Murphy. Like he's not like just hitting you with lines and just hitting you with great dialogue that's just hilarious. He's more so using awkward moments and shifting. Like a lot of the way he performs his humor in this one is like him without going a little farther. And he doesn't really go that he doesn't do anything outside of like, wholesome anyway. So I don't understand why he went even more wholesome. It's like he was trying to get a G rating for this fucking movie.
I don't know.
Well, they actually had an argument with the motion picture rating system. It was originally rated a PG-13, and they were able to appeal it and get it back down to a PG.
I bet you it's just because there's a lot of black people in this motherfucker.
Honestly, I don't know how they got it down to a PG because that scene where he gets shot down, even though obviously he doesn't have, like he has
there's no blood
at this point. There's no blood. But that was just like, wow, this is a lot. Like that was a lot.
They needed to make it dramatic though.
I really loved when he did like the tropey like getting shot dance.
Yeah,
it's just like yes, this is what I'm here for.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know if this is on purpose.
Made it get away because it started to get goofy with it when he was getting shot up.
For y'all who don't know what he's talking about,
it did feel like a Charles Bronson movie or like something crazy like that, or that scene from RoboCop where the dude gets shot up.
Oh man, yeah, because when it lasts too long, when they have to do, if you do 3 cuts back to the nigga, it's 2 cuts is too many back to the motherfucker getting shot. We got it. He is getting shot. And dead. Why are you still shooting him?
T, like, how did you feel about like the comedy of this movie? Like rewatching it, were you still like laughing? Did you think it was funny?
Yeah, I would say agree that like now I'm older, it's a little less laughs. I was like, yeah, this movie I feel like was written for kids. It was PG. It was for little kids to see a black superhero. So a lot of jokes were just like grown, cringe type thing, but there's still enough funny scenes where it made it enjoyable for me.
Nice. That was a little too close to a doesn't hold up answer, but
well, just,
no, you shut your goddamn mouth. Real quick, because we're supposed to do this first, but Alex loves burying my bits to the bottom.
Yeah,
who is ever just like he hates women and he hates.
We're gonna go ahead and ask the titular question. Not sure.
See, he hates.
Looks like we're all out of time.
He hates me because he hates women because I love women. He hates them, so then he just says, "No, all of those segments are going to the bottom of the pile." Now my segment is like the D block or whatever the fuck, however far we are. It goes 1, 2, 3, not 1, 3, 2, and back to 2.
Yeah. Right.
But anyway, who's your MVP for this movie? Alex, you're gonna go first. You never go first.
My MVP, I've kind of went back and forth because I really like the guy who played the villain. I forgot his name already.
Damn, who was the villain? We gotta say his name.
It was Roy Fagan. Yeah, he was really good.
What was he in other than this?
He retired shortly after this movie.
I'm saying, what was he in before this?
Before this,
come on, bro. Help me out,
man.
The only movie ever.
I can only answer one question at a time. The first question is
you said no. You answered my question. He is
no.
His
You
name.
asked
Heartbeats.
P.
Well, no.
The 5 Heartbeats.
He was in the 5 Heartbeats. That's
Okay,
right. He was red.
Bird.
No, he wasn't red. He was Bird.
Okay, Bird. It's been a long time since I've seen that one.
Man.
Also
gonna be doesn't hold up.
I almost went with Roy Fagan because I really liked him, but LaWanda Page has to be from obviously we know her from Sanford and Son. She was fucking hilarious. She's like hilarious. The person who like really made me laugh out loud.
I challenge everybody to try to find some of her stand-up comedy because she is crazy. She talking about sucking dick. She was one of the nastiest comedians, and she was the Christian like godly lady on Sanford and Son. So you would never think that she's gonna be like that. Which is, if you know that comedy, if you watch her stand up, then go watch Sanford and Son, you're gonna be like, this is even more hilarious because people knew she was a nasty comedian and she was up here fucking talking about Lord of mercy, hallelujah.
And her in this movie, like when she was like turned to the doctor, like, doctor don't know what the hell he talking about. that legitimately made me laugh.
And she was in the mall, and dude grabbed her. She said, "I know what you want."
So yeah,
I know what you want.
She's my MVP. Ellington, who is yours?
Oh, that was a good one.
I mean, I think it's probably it's tricky because I absolutely know who my MVP is, but I don't know if it's because of how much I just love them as an actor and everything they're in, or because of their role in this movie. But it's Eddie Griffin.
Yeah,
I mean, I just love it. He's hilarious. He's nowhere near as funny in this as he usually is, but I still enjoy him in this. I love when he tries to wear the costume to the mall just to see if he can get a date with the reporter. I mean, he's my guy.
Yeah, he was super funny in this. And he's just like got so much charisma. And even in that moment where he's by Jefferson's side at the hospital, like it was actually touching. Like he actually did a really good performance. And then being able to turn back around and just like, I'm gonna hit on Sunshine now.
I'm sad.
Really need somebody to talk to. Like that was just a great example of his range. Like him going from that dramatic turn to like the
you ever need somebody to talk to.
And now, I will say, I know it is not the best, but one of my favorite movies is Double Take. So,
Double Take? That's not a bad movie, man.
That's the future doesn't hold up.
I love that movie so much. I think it's so funny.
I don't know why that's so fucking funny to me. I don't even know why that is that funny to me.
Yes, it is a huge yes, it is. God.
That's why it's funny because as soon as you say that, you just think about the Rotten Tomatoes score. It's like, ooh, man,
We've done so many bad ones. That should not be that funny to me. But I'm like, I mean, I need to stop smoking this shit right here.
Golden Team, who's your MVP of this movie?
In my mind, I'm surprised nobody said it, but I'm gonna give it to Don Cheadle as a bad guy. Like what?
Don Cheadle was great in this.
Yeah, he's a straight up gangster. Like when he confronted his dad, you know, he's like selling that. He's like, "You lucky that didn't break, old man." And then he steps on it. And he was about to get him. Like, come on, Don Cheadle. Or just like that part we saw earlier where he's like, "Home, let's go home."
Yeah, he nailed the comedy in it too. Yeah, he's like a good menacing character. He probably would have been a good Meteor Man too.
He probably did the best actual acting in this movie, if we're being honest with ourselves.
Yeah, the Great James Earl Jones was definitely not.
Hold on, man. What?
We're not mine MVP.
No, I'm just saying. You trying to say he didn't
Bill, who was your
perform well?
MVP?
I'm just asking. You trying to say he didn't perform well?
No, well, like I said earlier, it's just his wackiest performance. So he's not just like,
whoa, you're glad he's dead? What the fuck, Alex?
You son of a bitch!
Yeah.
Go outside, nerd. Get out. Go. I ain't got time to be distracted by your worthless chime-ins. Go.
Go on now.
Well, what about you, Bill? Who's your MVP of this one?
My MVP is James Earl Jones.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and I want you to.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry. I feel bad now.
Right now, you go. Yeah, right now you fix it. Don't apologize to me. Apologize to Mr. Jones.
I apologize to the estate of James Earl Jones.
Because I was looking for it this whole time while y'all been talking about your fucking MVPs. I'm looking for it. You gotta do me a favor and make sure you put it right here, right? The scene where he fucking is talking. First of all, he's got on a Malcolm X jersey, like from Spike Lee was. What's that Spike Lee movie? Do the Right Thing. He's got on a fucking Malcolm X baseball jersey for Do the Right Thing, and then he's got the fucking crazy wig.
Yeah, it looks like Radio from Do the Right Thing, honestly.
I love that wig. I love it so much.
Yeah, I wish I had the rings. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Man, I wish I had thought about that. I should have did that for this show. You know what I'm saying? Just had my rings and put on the little wig.
Yeah. Oh man.
That was kind of like my second costume idea when I forgot. Remember, he had this.
So I'm just going with James Earl Jones because that one scene where they're in the like town hall, I guess like a city hall meeting or a town hall meeting that they had, dude. He said, I know you don't expect me to go across the street running from these hoodlums. They're dangerous. He said something about I guess he was talking about what they call it?
When they were saying like, oh, you have to have this hat
and a whistle.
Carry this whistle.
What do they call that shit in white neighborhoods where you got it?
Like neighborhood watch?
That's what it is. Yeah. That's it. Neighborhood watch. Yeah, that's what they were talking about. He was like, he said, one of these motherfuckers put a whistle up my butt. Now, it would have been so much better if he'd have said motherfucker. You know, you expect me to have one of these motherfuckers put a whistle up my ass.
Then that would have been like a John Witherspoon role or something. But no, I did appreciate how because he's just so silly. Like he's usually so much more refined in characters. Even when he's like in stuff like what's the baseball movie
Sandlot.
No,
disrespectful motherfucker.
Not the Sandlot. It's Field of Dreams. Field of Dreams. Yeah. Like even in that movie,
sorry.
he's just like. Even in that movie, he's just like a well put together dude. Even though he's just like more of a salt of the earth guy, but this guy is fucking wacky as shit. He's got like all these silly
what
wigs.
kind of wig I need to put on to get the ladies? I need to go younger, huh?
Man, what's the one? You know what I just realized?
Like hollering at every single woman that walked by during that.
I'm down with OPP.
I'm down with OPP. Yo, yeah, you know what? That's what I'm saying. Decide where you want to go. Decide where you want to go, Mr. Townsend. I'm down with other people's pussy.
You need to pick a lane, dude.
I would love to know if, man, that would be I'm going to start this rumor that he ad-libbed all his lines.
I'm going to start the rumor. I'm going to start the rumor that Robert Townsend didn't know it. I'm starting the rumor that Robert Townsend didn't know what OPP meant.
Right.
Highly doubt that one's a rumor.
I couldn't.
I just snorted it, man. I'm talking about this shit is hilarious.
I'll add this later because I was trying to rip it earlier, but I was having some technical difficulties. But if he did improv all of his lines, it would make a lot more sense because, like, at the beginning of the movie, there's the most awkward conversation between Jefferson and James Earl Jones, where it seems like they're talking about two completely different things.
And it looks like Robert doesn't know where to go with it. He's like, why are you talking about this? Stop it.
Yeah, like,
talking about jazz musicians right now. Please stop.
And as the director, but he's also acting in the scene, he can't call cut.
He's like the whole time, like he's going on, like, what kind of wig should I wear to get the ladies? How about this wig and that wig? And then he's just like, I will trade you this jazz album for another jazz album.
You know what? I'm changing my MVP. I'm changing my MVP, which is allowed on this show. We do that sometimes.
You're allowed to make your changes.
I don't know why this shit ain't working. God damn it, this shit is just so pissing me off. But changing it to somebody who we have not even mentioned this entire fucking time. I can't believe he wasn't even in the rundown. Sinbad.
Sinbad was pretty good in this.
Sinbad.
I wanted to bring that up earlier about when we were talking about the love interest, and I was like, and then he writes himself for the second love interest. Like the first one disappears, and then the second one, he lets himself get cucked by Sinbad, who's pretending to be a reformed actor. I'm
cucked. Straight cucked.
Brother, I'm really nigga. Steak chili. No, steak chili.
My favorite one, he said, hey,
I go get my braids put in.
Yeah, I got a hair appointment. I'm getting my braids put in.
Yeah, I think he's also said something like, "This is my first black girl."
Yeah, he's like, "I'm really excited. This is my first black girl." You know, he's like, "Man, look at it in here. Ain't no cigarette butts on the floor."
Yeah, like every line that he had was pretty great. Like he made sure he was hidden.
Yeah, I gotta change it, man. My MVP is definitely Sinbad. Yes,
yeah, it was pretty great.
And you know what? Also, the most underrated, I'm going to go out on that limb, most underrated comedian of all time. Sinbad is a motherfucking giant. I really encourage everybody to go to Netflix and watch all of Sinbad's specials. Sinbad produced all of his specials out of his own pocket. And so if you go support him on Netflix, all that's going straight to him. And, shout out to Sinbad. I hope he's getting better. And so I hope he continues to get better because I need that special. I need that special where he is doing it. I don't care if he has to sit down the whole time doing it.
Yeah.
I want to see that HBO special where he makes that comeback.
Yeah, he never misses with his stand-ups, honestly.
So y'all go check out all those specials on Netflix.
And to talk about your first MVP, James Earl Jones, and like that scene that we just mentioned him up top with the awkward situation where he says he'll never give away any of his records. It's like chopping it off his arm.
I want my daddy's record.
Which is like, it's weird that he wouldn't even ask him to trade records anyways. Like, you've known this guy for a while. You know he's not going to give away any of his records. Why would you even ask? But it turns out it's a plot point because at the end, when Meteor Man is fighting the leader of the Gold Lords, this happens.
I still got you.
So
but
he sacrificed a record to save his
also
life.
didn't have his top on.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he took the
it's
wig
a
off.
moment. It's a moment of like, hey, I don't give a fuck right now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm out here standing up on business right here. I wish your ass would come up here. I'll knock your ass the fuck out.
I got more records where that came from.
Remember, he played a boxer. I think he played Joe Louis, the first Joe Louis.
Oh,
yeah. He used to fuck white women and all kind of shit and beat up white dudes. He was the first like black heavyweight champion, I believe.
Yeah, he can whip your ass. Got that old man strength.
Got that old man strength. He's like, I've been used to that. It's okay. It's not as bad as you think.
One of the points I like, and again, it's one of those just like, so we saw that fight scene earlier. That was really good. And then this one, I like how he's holding the gun and the record hits him and he just goes, he doesn't like this. It's not like it knocks his hand away. No, he just goes, huh? What's up? What's up? Oh, drop my gun. Damn. It's just so like Townsend direct.
It's almost like it's almost like it's fake hand. Can you hold on? Which one is it? This one?
No. Metabit James saves.
Yeah, hold on.
I still got you.
I don't know if that's actually a hand. Because like it didn't even move. Like it's just the thumb that goes down.
Yeah, he probably told him not to move because he even wanted to fall out of the shot. Like seemed like it was a very,
But look, so to that
moment.
point, man, these all feel like very blaxploitation movies. I don't like it's so. I don't want to say that though, but it did. I'm gonna just play this clip. We hadn't played it. I want to just play it real quick.
Up and away! I play Scott Marshall. I'm supposed to follow in my superhero family's footsteps. But for some reason, my DNA's not developing.
He's gonna be getting his powers any day now, right? Doesn't look like it.
Wrong clip. Play the other clip.
We played all the clips.
Played all the clips.
That was so good.
Played all the clips.
That was good.
That was great, huh?
But I'll tell you what.
Yeah, like,
Yes, thank you. Oh, our nips just touched. Mine are so hard.
Mine are different sizes.
They muted you. Damn.
For the first time, that was not me.
That was me. That was me, actually. That was me.
But yeah, this movie does end with like
it was just the perfect. Like Jeff was talking. Is
but yeah, Jeff,
we were having a good day.
Jeff, I am curious how you felt about the ending of this movie. It like we sort of alluded to earlier, he kind of galvanizes the police and all the gang members to help him take down the Gold Lords, just kind of showing that they could, that they can stand up for their community, like they were sort of proposing at the beginning of the movie. What did you think about how this kind of all wrapped up? And do you think like the fade to black is a good way to go, or you would have preferred a little bit more?
The fade to black, I don't really care about one way or the other for that part. But the whole like the gangs and police showing up, it was ridiculous. But the scene before, when we see him just like land and like they're all shooting at him, he's like, all right, well, like, what if you just shake hands? That was even more ridiculous. So I guess the ending's just fine. Because we all know that if you're trying to kill that guy and that guy's trying to kill that guy, but this guy in the middle can't get hurt, then everything's fine.
I will say
to be fair.
I wouldn't know what to do. Oh, oops, everything's slowing down.
Everything's all stopping and doing weird things. To be fair, you guys. Oh, you stopped it.
To be fair.
I'm just gonna hit all the stuff. I'm hitting every.
What is a slinky intimidating? Swin.
Well, remember, a slinky reminds him of life because it can go any which way, except it's a slinky, so it can only go that way. Also, you guys are muted. I don't know if you know that. There we go.
No, we know. Oh, we know this. You see what's happening?
Things to catch up.
Is what's happening is you guys are good. We can hear everything you're saying, but we are way laggy.
Yeah,
like we lagging so hard. It's hard, but you know what? Just silence is the best way to go through it.
100%.
But yeah, like
No, Terry, you're good. I see you moving too.
Yeah, I'm like, no, it's just like I should probably move, and so Jeff doesn't think I'm frozen.
We can see you.
I think it may be back, but you guys are muted.
Nope, still muted. There you go.
Yeah,
this is gonna be fun to edit later.
This will be great. But no, what was I saying?
No one knows.
Man,
do you want to just cut to the end?
Anybody got any research that they've done that they haven't gotten out yet?
Technically,
we did talk about a lot.
Technically, evidently, this is not the first black superhero movie. Evidently, hang on, let me find the. Evidently, contrary to popular belief, the Meteor Man is not the first movie to feature a black person as a superhero. The first movie is to technically have that honor is Abar, A-B-A-R, from 1977, which was sometimes advertised as the first black Superman. However, in the 16 years between that movie and this one, there were none other that featured a black superhero.
God damn. Oh, crazy. Nice little tidbit there. I did not know that.
It's crazy to me that it took until 1977. Oh yeah, I've never heard of it either. And it's even crazier that then it took another 16 years before they're like, oh right, we're allowed to do that.
What was the name of the movie again?
Abar, A-B-A-R.
A-B-A-R. Okay, guys, check that out.
I've never heard of it.
Try to remember the
black superhero.
By the way, you're not going to be able to watch this movie unless you go to some kind of pirate's website in the Library of Congress. So this movie is very hard to fucking find, but if you want to watch it, you can go. Yeah, you can. What here? Can you? This is ridiculous. I don't even know. So
you can buy the DVD for $80 on eBay.
Oh wow, Jesus,
oh, well,
bro! Whoever that is, dog, come on, bro.
Yeah, you're a dickhead.
You know for good goddamn well that is ridiculous, you asshole.
And you know what, guy? I have a question for you, guy. Does it? That's right. At the end of each episode, we vote on whether this film is good or as bad as we remember. And as our special guest,
I'm just doing that because I know it's fucking lagging so hard. It doesn't even matter.
But Ellington,
the podcast audience is gonna be fucking like gnarly.
Yeah, like since you're one of our special guests, we'll let you go first. How do you think it held up?
So I gotta say, it was a fun rewatch for nostalgia. This was fun one to rewatch because of how much I enjoyed it and how much I watched it as a kid. That being said, if this came out right now, no, it does not hold up.
Ooh.
Yeah, well, that's some honest words. We got one vote for no, it does not hold up. I guess we should play this clip. Well, before we play this clip, I want to say, does it hold up?
Thank you. Oh, our nips just touched. Mine are so hard.
Mine are different sizes.
See, it messed up the
I'm
stream.
so glad. I'm so glad you're muted. You did this.
That's what they get.
I'm just gonna try not to do anything extra now because that seems to make my computer want to explode at this point.
I've never been
Did you not
happier.
reset it before we?
I did.
You did, huh?
But Golden T will present you with a question. How do you feel?
Does it?
I would say it can hold up, but it definitely needs some rework and some rewriting of some of the messages that it was trying to like get out, which I feel like the overall message was that you don't need superpowers to actually do something good. And like I think that was trying to be shown in that scene of him making the community garden. Like even though like he uses crazy godlike powers to make the garden, if you really think about it, any motherfucker could make a garden. And if like the community had come together, they could have been like made that garden for themselves. They didn't really need a superhero to do something. And like it was just kind of like an ordinary thing he did. He made a garden. That wasn't like a superpower. Like the community could have done that.
I'm killing your.
But I think it needed to be kind of just. It could be done better.
Killing your take because it's not. The question is.
Does it
the
hold up?
question is,
I'm gonna give it.
Does it hold up?
It's still funny. I think.
Okay.
He said,
so
hey.
we got
Yes.
one yay and one nay. So I guess there's only one more thing to do.
By the way, I
or two
can't
more things.
solo anybody no more because it's.
Yeah, no, I was about to say
That
I'm not
shit's-
playing doing
that
any
shit-
cute shit anymore.
that shit
Like
is-
for the rest of the
all that
show.
shit's
We're
fucked
just
up.
getting.
Congratulations to you having to edit this shit. Where it's gonna be,
Yeah, sorry, future Alex.
This is gonna be video.
I'm not.
Clip.
It's what you deserve.
But the question is, I guess it's always has.
No,
been,
I mean it kind of is always.
Does it
hold?
See, that's the fastest one we ever did because we got
Yeah, I'm trying to get through this shit. I would say no. For one of the reasons, there's like Chekhov's tiger. They brought in the tiger. I wanted to see Meteor Man fight the tiger. That's fucking bullshit. That we didn't get to see that scene. But also, just like the story is like we mentioned before, the comedy isn't as good as it should be. The story is like a little bit too like I don't know. It's kind of complicated how he's like the neighborhood makes him to like be the superhero. They're like, hey, you cause they asked him to fight the Gold Lords, and then like when they retaliate, they're like, "Oh, I bet it's all your fault." It's like, I asked him to do this, and that's not even like brought up as one of his points of contention. So I don't feel like the movie is aware of how silly that is. So like little things like that, story wise, like it had some fun moments, had some cool moments, and there are things that just like is a product of its time. The CGI wasn't that great, so there's some certain things were never going to look that good in 1993 unless you had Steven Spielberg money. But I'm gonna have to go with the no. Does not hold up.
Man, let me ask you. So wait a minute. So we got 3 votes, 1 nay, 1 yay, and 1 nay.
That's right.
So this means I can actually.
You can cause a tie.
I could cause a tie.
So what you guys know? If you, we've had ties in the past, if we do get a tie, we have the voters decide on whether it holds up or not.
Yeah, if anybody watches this fucking video,
right?
You know what I'm saying. By the way, just like and subscribe, man.
Like and
This has
subscribe.
been a fucking shit show. Please.
Well, people like to vote. I don't know. People like to vote more than
I
they
know.
like to
I don't
watch.
know why. Yeah, it's weird. Just vote as well. But you guys are weird. But
yeah, I guess the question is,
does it
Worst quality thing we've found. It was a very bad quality rip we found.
Yeah, it didn't look great.
No, that's just how it looks.
They haven't remastered it for like in
Just how it looks.
in 1080p or anything. Yeah.
I have a theory, First of all, no, this movie does not hold up. I do have a theory though. The reason this movie was so hard to find is because there's a Michael Jackson song at the very beginning, opening up the song, which by the way had to be a budget,
right?
Yeah. But I think that it's not. You can't find it because it's like the rights to that song are more expensive than the rights to the movie. So they're just like, nah.
Yeah, right.
Nobody wants this. Like, why would I pay that much for this fucking movie? And it's just the song that costs that much. No.
To your point, the budget was $23 million, and like we mentioned earlier, made $8 million total at the box office. So, nada.
Like I said, all that 7 million of that went to getting that goddamn song.
Right, Michael's pocket. Yeah. He's dancing all the way to the bank.
No, man, this movie doesn't work because it is not. It's like somewhere in between Naked Gun and like a real superhero movie, and it just should have gone either one of the other ways. Not like because that's the kind of humor he has, like the Naked Gun humor.
Yeah,
Robert Townsend. So, Mr. Townsend, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to go with no. This doesn't hold up. If you put this out today, they would. Oh, I don't want to say that. But they would, I don't want to say that either because that's not good for Black people. They would not like this. So, yes, you would get uninvited to the cookout. Like they would have the cookout, but they wouldn't uninvite you, but they wouldn't let you know when it's happening for like at least 4 weekends.
Yeah, they'd be disappointed if you found out. Oh, shit. He's
man. Hey, Mr. Townsend coming. Mr. Townsend coming.
Yeah, and yeah, I got like we mentioned, I think there's potential to have a good Meteor Man like revamp movie like in the MCU.
Who would you have play Meteor Man? Everybody, Alex, you first, quickly.
Oh shit! Oh,
no,
pressure.
Yeah, pressure.
Lakeith Stanfield.
That's a good answer, though.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I would like Lakeith Stanfield. I'll say about that. What about you, T?
Shit, I don't know. That's a damn good answer, bro.
Quick answers.
I think he'd be good. I think he can play that meek kind of character and comedic character.
Who would you have play him, Jeff? Who would you have play
Robert Downey Jr.
In
the blackface.
It's Marvel, right?
Yeah, it's Marvel.
Is that Marvel's thing? Just make him everyone now?
Just whatever, yeah.
I would love to see that announcement at Comic-Con. It's like Meteor Man like played by Robert Downey Jr. He's like, that's right, I'm back. Just as Dr. Doom is like, I don't give a fuck.
Just as Meteor Man with blackface and goddamn black hands on.
Maybe, honestly, maybe Idris Elba, because I think isn't Meteor Man supposed to be an older guy, like in I think his late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
So then Idris Elba's too old for that. I don't know. I off the top of my head, I don't know. Lakeith Stanfield would be fun, but I feel like he's too young for the role.
No, I feel like he's age appropriate.
Supposed to be more of a yeah.
I don't know. I guess that's however you want to approach the character. Yeah, like I think he definitely comes off as younger than Robert Townsend, but he also black don't crack. Who knows how old he is? He could be 50 years old for all I know.
Yeah.
Jacob James Earl Jones, have him do it.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah. Who do you?
I'd like to play Meteor Man. Look, man, this is very simple. Okay. We done said a lot of people, but we wanted to be funny, right?
Yeah.
We wanted to be better than the last one. We got to go with Will Smith, man. I know motherfucker had a lot of problems, you know what I'm saying? But
that would be
he's not too old because he still looks good. So you could just say he's like 40.
It's all about how, again, I think it's all about how you want to approach.
He's a teacher.
Movie.
He's a teacher. He can still play a teacher, and he's got the body for it. You know what I'm saying? Like he's older for sure, but like he's older than Robert Townsend was when he played this character, but like we just was talking about, we don't really know how old Robert Townsend was supposed to be in this movie. So he could have been anywhere between the ages of 35 to 45. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying it's not that far off, and we gonna get that sizzle. You know what I'm saying? Get that sizzle. Gotta have somebody who can grow a mustache. I'm saying, you gotta have that. So we can't have The Rock. You know what I mean? So
let's get Key and Peele and just switch them out and not address it.
But we needed to be
every 30 minutes.
We needed to be funny, so we gotta go with Will Smith.
I think he'd be good.
Or what's that dude's name that was in all the soap operas with the bald head?
Oh, Boris Cujo?
Yeah, put Boris Cujo in there and put have him with a shirt off, like he's Meteor Man, but he's just got a cape with his shirt off and he's just showing his abs. Yeah. And that motherfucker's old. You want to talk about Will Smith? He's older than Will Smith.
Yeah,
he was a grown ass man when Will Smith was in the 80s, and this nigga is like. Put him just with a butt half naked with it, like he got the underwear piece,
if you
chest off and with the cape out.
If they wanted to just get pure ratings off of sex appeal, just he kind of have a story, but we're just
he's kind of funny too. He was in that one movie with the spy shit.
Yeah, he's funny, and he's got those new line of commercials where he plays the action star. Or whatever.
We got it, bro. We just made Meteor Man, guys.
We just made Meteor Man.
We should do a video where we recast Meteor Man. Just one video where we recast Meteor Man.
You know who I'd like to see as the leader of the Golden Lords then? Renzi Feliz, the kid who was he was Penguin's right-hand man in Penguin.
Oh, yeah, he would be a good one. He'd be a good bad guy. Yeah, he's got the range.
He's got the hair for the gold. He dyes hair gold.
Oh yeah, I could see it. Oh lords, lords. Yeah, I can see it.
I would say for a bad guy, make it Damson Idris. Get somebody super black.
Get somebody super black with the gold. No.
Oh,
Wesley fucking Snipes.
Oh, bring Wesley back.
Bring Wesley in with the blonde hair, because he had blonde hair in what's that?
Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. Also, a Does It Hold Up episode. Go check that one out on Joe Manson's channel.
Hashtag bring Wesley back.
Hashtag bring Wesley back.
Well,
I'm bringing Wesley back.
The people have spoken. The vote is no. The film does not hold up. But guys, let's know what you guys feel in the comments. Do you still feel like it holds up? Do you not?
Do you hate this lagging? Talk about the lagging. Say that this is the weirdest episode I've ever seen.
We genuinely are impressed by all the hate mail we get. We love those hate.
I really am impressed. I literally, that's the reason I said about old buddy. And then he deleted it because he probably watched the rest of the fucking episode. It was like, oh.
Oh, never mind.
Because sometimes I comment when people say stupid stuff, I go, you don't get the show.
Sometimes I just have fun going through the comments on the Ahsoka versus Andor video. Just
that shit is
Star Wars
amazing.
fans are the worst.
Star Wars
but they're the best.
Great. They're great.
But Producer T, where can the people sorry, I pronounced that wrong. Golden T, where can the people find you on the webs?
You can definitely find me on my Instagram as always at TPens with a Z. CO. Get you some pens. None of these pens are available, but if you have a golden design pen, I can make you. These are all actually custom for some of my clients. These custom gold ones.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's cold.
That's actually hard.
Custom gold ones. If you send me your design. And you can probably find me at BlurredCon March 8th through whatever weekend that is, because this is my cosplay. I'm wearing this. This is the new cosplay. I'm putting it.
Yo, I'm trying to go to BlurredCon too. What how many days is BlurredCon?
3 Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Look, we're gonna try to go to BlurredCon.
Okay.
It's in July, right?
No, it is no longer in July. It is now in March.
Jesus fucking Christ.
We're
Can't go.
We're going to WonderCon.
We're going to WonderCon. So anybody black out there who wants to go to WonderCon, I just decided this, Alex, so you're going.
Okay, I can just edit this out, but go ahead. I'm just joking.
You don't control me. We're going as the dead president's robbery scene.
Oh, that would be fun.
White with the black. Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh, what is
a little
that
bag
rated?
Of money?
What's that rated?
That's rated R. Oh, you mean like
goddamn?
It's like
Hold on.
It's like a high.
Hold on. Can this be the cold open? He said it's rated R.
Oh, that just made me happy.
While you look that up, Ellington, where can the people find you on the interwebs?
I don't know if I've ever been as happy as this episode to say. You can try and Skype me at Don Cheadle's driveway at littleDickie2.com. You can try and find Jeff Madle on Facebook at MadleJeff on Instagram, but the easiest place to find me is hanging out with these guys on Monday nights, talk about all the nerdy stuff we love.
Indeed.
Ooh. I just bought my shit because dead presidents. Tomato meter. Well, fuck that. Audience rating 78%.
That's good.
Tomato meter 49%.
Ooh, that's bad.
Oh,
that's right in there.
I got a reason to watch a
That's
good
like
movie.
made for Does It Hold Up?
Oh
yes,
yeah.
That's like
that one.
It's salivating. Okay, my mouth is watery for this motherfucking episode. Ooh,
I'll definitely go on the
that
list,
should have
guys.
been the fucking. That should have been this. This is coming out during Happy Black History Month.
Black History Month.
So
yeah, we didn't mention that.
This should be. Well, this is the cold open. Yeah, Happy Black History Month, everybody.
Bill, where can the people find you?
You can find me every Thursday at 8:15 p.m. on the Bantha Bun Show. We do that on Nerds at Night as well, and we do it on the Drunk Banthas channel. You can find me here with some characters like this guy over here, Terry, and you can also see people like Nine pop in. Maybe you'll even see this guy. You don't even know who you'll see because it's like Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Just see people show up every once in a while.
Oh, hello there.
But I don't got no puppets. I need some. You know what? What if I got a puppet? Like a co-host. He's a puppet.
Who's a puppet? Oh man. I guess it's all about how you do it. You know, it can be
any puppeteers out there. Any puppeteers out there? And what are the ones that do the? What are they called? Marionette guys. Yeah, any marionette guys out there or gals? Any puppet people? Come holler at your boy. I should look that up. That's interesting. I'm sorry. You can find me there.
Oh yeah. Now I want to make a puppet people t-shirt.
I know, like it really got me hyped. Like I'm like, oh my god, I really need to have a puppet person next to me.
Well, that's it for our show. Thank you for watching. New episodes drop every other Wednesday at 4:20. Check us out on all social media platforms at the Drunk Banthas. Please like and subscribe. It's not required, but if you don't, you will not be invited to the cookout. See you in a couple of weeks. Peace.